Guys. Hey, hello, how are you? Happy Monday. It's Monday, May ugh, 13th, May 13th. I just wanted to say hello. I'm popping on here for part 6 of this massive wardrobe makeover with DIY paint. Um, Abby, go. She just came in here. She thought I was talking to her. Get. Two things we're going to do today. We are going to do a little bit of sanding. I've already worked a little bit on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and work a little bit more on this side. Here's what happened. I started this piece last Monday, you guys, and it's kind of progressed into something that I wasn't quite sure of. So I knew all along. Hello, yay, 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 yay. Hello, everybody. I see you on here. Um, I knew that I wanted turquoise and yellow to be the main two colors, right? But then I started adding coral. Then I started adding red, and the red was like, "Hey, don't ignore me over here." And so now I've got orange, red, coral, like I've got all these colors and I think I kind of love it the way that it is. So I don't really want to add any more paint. But here's what we're going to do today cuz I thought, let me just try this. So I started lightly sanding, okay? Sanding over all of this, and so where the hardware is, I put the metallic. I also I put copper paint right here that I made, and I'm kind of sanding down the hardware and I'm just kind of roughing it up. Well, you know what happens when you do that, even though I'm lightly sanding, those undercolors start pulling through and I'm like, yes, it's so pretty. I just love it so much. So I know that I want to do some colored waxes. So we are going to mix colored wax right here in just a moment. I'm really just kind of pulling back the top layer, and just like I did on Friday, I will take close-up pictures because I know it's really kind of hard to see, but I'll take a close-up and then I'll post them under the community tab on YouTube, and then on Facebook I'll put it in the thread and I'll just create posts. So yeah, we're on to step 6. I've decided that I'm not going to add any more yellow, but what I'm going to do now is actually add in some colored waxes. So thank you for the thumbs up on YouTube, and I so appreciate you guys hanging out here with me. So I'm going to finish up distressing over here on this side right here, and we're going to make some turquoise wax. Oh, I love it. A lot of you were saying that it reminded you of the circus, of a French carousel, of the way you would imagine like a French type carnival or something. And I, of course, love that idea. That's so whimsical and so fun. Just want to distress a few areas here. I want a little bit more of this periwinkle that I created to come through right here on this door. So I'm going to rub the top color of the blue off, and some more of that periwinkle is going to show through. Because why periwinkle? Because it's completely unexpected. You would not expect me to have periwinkle on here. And several of you have said, where is the unicorn? So the plan all along was to go with more yellow and more turquoise, and then bam, the red just threw me, and I love it so much. I wasn't prepared to love it that much. The red with the coral, and so, hi honey, the red with the coral kind of added a whole new spin to it, and I'm stuck on it, and I don't want to paint over it now. So I was planning on covering the whole thing with like yellow and fading it back, and the main color was going to be yellow with a little bit of turquoise. I just can't get rid of all this beautiful yellow. Excuse me, red. So we're going to make a turquoise wax. I'm not going to cover the whole thing with the turquoise wax. It's just, again, going to be used as an accent and just another accent color because we can. And then I'll use a little bit of white wax. I'll use a little bit of brown wax. I'm going to use the turquoise wax, and then I'm going to use clear wax on the entire rest of the piece. But there are some good areas of this piece that you can't see from the camera, I know. And so I'm going to zoom in on them and take better pictures for you when we get done here. And then go back to the community tab on YouTube or on Facebook. Come back to my page and I'll have the pictures posted when everything gets dry. All right, so I'm just a little tip, after I sand, I just take a really old paintbrush and just clean it back off and get all of the dust particles out of there. And so I'm certain there are more than one way to make wax, but all I do is I've scooped out a bunch of it in the DIY clear wax. I scooped out a bunch. I put it in my bowl from Abigail right here. So that's the wax. And then I'm going to pour some Old 57 in it. And I'm just going to do it and squish it in there and make my wax. So you don't need a whole lot of paint. Whoop, that's all I want. Could have possibly just dropped some on the floor, but don't tell Matt. So I'm going to take the clear with the paint and just smush it in there. Mix it up really well. I think this Old 57 wax is going to look beautiful over the red and the yellow. And I'm going to highlight the hardware. The hardware, I added a copper patina to it. So I'm going to go back with this turquoise and almost give it that verdigris feeling, verdigris look. Okay. So I've stirred it with the brush. All this turquoise wax using Old 57. Scrape it all back in the bowl. You don't need much because the lid goes long, long way. Okay. I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm just going to start right here in this middle section where the hardware is. Again, I know you can't see really well, but I'm going to take some great photos for you, okay? So I'm going to come back in like this. I'm going to get down in all of those grooves where the hardware is over that copper. I'm going to go in a circle and try to get some of that turquoise down in there. Okay. All right. So that's set up right there. And I'm going to grab just a white cotton rag. I'm going to go back over it and get all the excess off of it. And I'm not going to do that in every area. I just wanted to do it in a few areas because when this dries, it's going to give it just one more layer that you were not expecting. That's why. Okay, I'm going to get more turquoise wax. Again, I'm not getting very much. You look at my brush, it's just a little tiny bit on there. And I want to go in, let's see how low you can see. About there. Kind of think I want to go over here on this side right here where you can see the so much red. I think I'm just going to kind of get it right over the red. So adding colored waxes to your piece just gives it another layer, another color. And when it's dry, it looks so good. Not that it doesn't look good when it's wet, but you know what I'm saying. Yes. Get the rag, go back over it. Guys, I've got to the point where I'm so excited just to get this piece done. I'm so excited to take a photograph of it. But of course, you have the whole top, you have the whole bottom, you have two sides. It's a massive wardrobe. Just kind of pulling some of that color back off. And then there's these little grooves that have a little bit of turquoise wax down inside them that you can see. And, you know, it's one of those things where it takes a little bit of patience, it takes a little bit of time, and a lot of times we just kind of rush through it. And I know I do. I know I'm guilty of it. And it's, you know, you just decide what's best for you. But this piece, I didn't want to discount it. I wanted to give it totally, you know, as much credibility as I could. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit more over here on this side. Okay, I come over here. Okay, a little bit more. If you're asking me questions, guys, I'll give links or whatever you need, whatever questions you have, I'll go back when I'm done here, when I get to a stopping point, and I'll look at your questions, I promise. Okay, get my rag. Maybe what I need to do is a yellow wax because I wanted so much yellow in this that maybe I need to now, I'm going to finish with the blue. Maybe I need to do a yellow wax. It's definitely an arm workout. Yes, definitely. Yes. So much fun. Sorry that I'm quiet, but you know I'm concentrating, right? You know I'm concentrating. So when I mixed the wax, I did like 2 tablespoons of clear wax, and then I just did like just a little dollop of paint to tint it. I'm going to use some dark wax. I'm going to use some white wax, clear wax, and turquoise wax. And now I'm actually thinking about yellow wax. I don't know if I'll do that or not. I'm really just kind of letting this go as I go. You know, I planned on having it all yellow, and I just I can't let go of this red and this coral because I think it's really striking on here. And this door wants to stay open instead of closed. So you can see where I added the turquoise wax. It's all down in here over the copper. It looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to photograph it here in just a minute. It's still wet, but I'm going to photograph it anyway. And then I did the turquoise wax all around here, kind of added an extra shadow here. And then from about here up, I added the turquoise and then around this edge too. So it's a lot darker here. So I just have to continue to do that. I need to work on the top a lot more because I have to get on the step stool. I've noticed that I'm kind of not paying as much attention to the top part, even though it's stunning, and the bottom as well. We can actually, let's work on the bottom for a minute. You want to? Let's do that. Thank you for the support you're all giving me and showing up for part 6. Appreciate you while I lower this down too. Okay, let's do a little bit work down here, okay? Getting back in my turquoise wax. If you're just not popping on here, we're on part 6 of this wardrobe. I started it last Monday, and, boy, it's starting to really, really come alive and take on a whole new it's coming up with its own identity, the one I was not quite prepared for because I planned on having barely any red in this baby. And now it's got a lot of red. And I can't bring myself to cover it up. I think it's stunning. So what I'm doing now is I'm just putting some of that colored wax down in the grooves. Getting it all in there with the yellow. I'm kind of doing it in a circular motion. This turquoise wax looks really good over the copper on the hardware. And so then I'm going to go back and grab my rack. You know how people say that if you want to build up arm strength, just work just 5 pounds a day, 30 reps, blah blah blah. No, just wax a piece of furniture. Just wax a piece of furniture, and I mean really wax it. Do a really good job. That's all we need, ladies, gentlemen. You don't need a gym. You just need a piece of furniture. Oh, so good. Ah, so good. I'm so excited. I just wish I could snap my fingers and it'd be done so I could photograph this babe. No, we've got a long ways to go. Lots of parts. So just so this is part 6. I am not done with it, guys. I've still got to do the top, the bottom, the sides. And I want to add a dark wax. I want to add white wax to a few areas. I just want to add as much personality and layers as possible. And I'm not in a rush. I'm taking my time, a little bit each day. And frankly, it just gets better and better and better. I hope you guys feel the same way. But either way, it's just going to continue to get better, I think. Thank you for the thumbs up on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. And thank you for sending this out and letting all of your friends and family members watch it as well, or your business partners and all of the people that watch it. So I'm going to keep working. I'm going to actually get on the step stool and work on this top part because I feel like it needs like some softening. I feel like it's a little bit too splotchy up there. But this midsection, she's looking fly. She's getting close. She's doing good. All right, you guys, I'll be back tomorrow, basically around the same time. I was a little bit later than I was hoping to be, but thanks for coming on here for part 6. You guys have an awesome Monday afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.